We're recording.
Dang, let's go, guys. Let's get it.
Are we good to go?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah. Pro Fan Sports Podcast. Let's get it. Pro Fan. Tune into the program. Every single week, get the dope, fam. Sean on the mic, very flat too. Keep you updated, that's what we do. Pro Fan. Tune into the program. Pro Fan. Tune into the program. Pro Fan. Tune into the program. Every single week, get the dope, fam.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy John Altidor with Pro Fan Sports Podcast. Back at you with another one. My boys Vlad, Barry, and today we got another Gronkowski in the house. Gordie Gronkowski, man. How you doing, brother?
Dude, thanks for having me on. I had to wear the cutoff shirt because I saw Chris's podcast with you, and I wanted to make sure that I looked as jacked as he does. So I wore the cutoff shirt, and then I was wondering if my boy Barry was going to be doing the podcast out of his car like he did with that was probably the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life was you doing the podcast out of the car talking to Chris.
Oh, man.
It looked like you found a good spot this time.
Yeah, I definitely tried to make sure that I found a better spot for, this podcast, especially since we got another, Gronkowski. So I'm like, I can't do two straight podcasts in the car with, with both Gronkowski.
That's fair.
I got to make sure that, I get somewhere where, with much better lighting and a much better establishment. So I'm glad I was able to make that happen and, and find a place where I could actually be, in a car that has better lighting. So
thanks for getting classy for me.
Yeah, good for you, bro. I got you, man. I got you, no doubt.
Thank you.
Know the vibes. You know what's up.
For sure, man. As we were saying, Gordie, it's really exciting to have you on. It seems like you guys are like the coolest brothers in that came out. You know what I'm saying? I know you never went into the NFL, but all you guys are pretty much like the same, man. with that fun energy, and I love the energy you guys bring. So appreciate you being on the show, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if like the coolest brothers if I didn't play football. Like does it still?
Hey, you didn't play football, but you did play baseball, though, right?
Yes,
All
sir.
American. Why did you do that though? How come you was the only one that went to football? I mean,
that's so funny. Such a funny question because it could go so many ways, right? But like you guys talked about with Chris on the last podcast, we're from Buffalo, New York, right? So 10, 15 minutes from Canada. We played what you could think of growing up as a kid, from skiing and snowmobiling to snowboarding to all the winter sports, all the summer sports. I mean, that's just how we were as five brothers. We were our own team. But I think like the biggest thing was like, as I was getting, I was 17 when I graduated high school. It's like, what sport do I want to play? Like no one really recruits you in Buffalo, New York. Like no one cares. Like, especially they play 15 games a year and I think half of them are in the snow. So it's like
crazy. Wow.
Like just because you're a good baseball player in Buffalo, New York, that doesn't mean anything in Florida or Texas or California. Go play with those guys who are playing year round, and it's a whole different world. Like, being a great baseball player in Buffalo is like the worst player on like a, in a high school in Florida. Like you're not even gonna make the team. So the crazy thing is, which I never really talk about this, but I actually went to 2 Little League World Series.
Oh, wow.
At 12 years old and 15 years old, I went to 2 Little League World Series. My brother's never done that. They never even got out of the state. You got to win the division.
You got on them. There you go.
Yeah, you got to win your division. Then you got to win the state. And then you got to win the regionals. And, I mean, these teams are coming from New York City, Delaware, all over the place. Maryland. I mean, we had to win a whole region to get out. And to do that twice is absolutely incredible. I was really the only one that went on to play baseball, even though there was a lot of guys better on my team. And my dad was like, dude, what sport do you want to play? Like, we're all athletic, we're good. We're not great, you know, and by being great, you got to take the next step of working hard, you know, and that's what we had in us. We had that attitude. No one's going to stop us. And it was crazy, but my dad got me, and my parents were like, hey, if you want to play baseball, you can't play in Buffalo, New York. It's just going to snow. No one's going to play games. You can't get to the next level. So if you're going to play, you're going to go down south somewhere. So we got on a flight, and I visited like 50 schools, and we did it 3 times. And I had a letter from Jacksonville University, and I got denied by every school: Florida State, Melbourne, Stetson, Central Florida, Miami. Every school you could think of was like, no. But I just kept showing up. And the one day my dad's like, if it's nice out, I want to go to the beach. So it pours out. And so he goes, hey, the reason we're in Florida is to visit schools, right? So I go to Jacksonville University, and it was nuts. The coach is like, dang, big boy, big Northern boy. I'm like, yeah, I am. I mean, I'm just a young kid, 17, and I'm trying to D1 school. And he's like, all right, well, let me see some video. So I sent him like a video of me dunking a basketball just to show that I'm an athlete. And he's like, what the heck is this?
Nice.
So I sent him some baseball clips. Next thing you know, he gave me a chance to walk on. And that's all I needed. I didn't want to look back. I said, hey, I'm going to walk on to one of the top Division I baseball programs in the country. It was probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do, leaving my 4 younger brothers, because alone, like, that's my family. That's my team. We're all 2 years apart. Like, we could go 5-on-5 versus any kid in the neighborhood, you know, or anyone that wants to put 5 against us. Us 5 bros are going to take them down, you know. So to leave my brothers, but it was also a big step because it showed them that they can leave too and be successful. And I had to make sure that I led, you know, with that type of leadership and confidence, knowing that, you know, they could do it next and get out of home and do what's probably best for them and not stay at home. Because if I stayed at home, I probably would have brought them down all this, you know, coming around the corner to UB and drinking and partying. And it's tough. Like, people get stuck in that lifestyle, and it's just how it is, because you don't want to leave home. You're scared to make the next step. And I'm just like anyone else, but my parents were also like, no, like, you have to leave. You got to leave your girlfriend. You got to go do this. You got to learn, like, because they knew, like, we're young, like at 16, 17, 18, you just don't know.
Right.
Like, you need to, you know? So next thing you know, walk on, and I walked on, and I was nervous. And what I did is I wrote down everyone's name and what people said to me, how I could never make it. I put it next to my bed. So every morning I got up.
All right, that's dope.
That person said, I can't do it. I'll never play Division I baseball. I'll never get a scholarship. I'll never make it pro. And I read that every single morning. I got up extra early in the morning to work out. I stayed extra late to work out. I'd never missed a class. And as I continued to stay in my lane and just humble and just work hard and not really speak, you know, I was watching other kids who were amazing, way more talented than me, top 10 rounders on the team that didn't sign to go pro. They ended up coming to college first to try to make more money, get drafted higher. And unfortunately, I saw the people like me who started to race to the top, and I saw the guys on the top kind of fall. They didn't want to go to school. They didn't want to work out. They didn't want to get to class early. They didn't want to, you know, they would skip practice. And I was like, dude, like, what are you guys doing? Like, you guys are so talented. And I wish I was like you, but I'm going to outwork you. And I'm going to earn my own scholarship. And I'm going to get ahead of all these people that didn't want to put that work in. And that's what I did. And these kids, even my roommate, he'll tell you that to this day, most talented kid I've ever seen. He failed out after his sophomore year. He was a 10th round pick for $350,000. Went to college, never made, don't know what he's doing now. And then there's me, who was the walk-on. I was freshman player of the year, Division I for baseball. I set almost every freshman record at school.
Wow.
You know,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I use that as motivation. You know, unfortunately, I had a hiccup my sophomore year, and I had a pretty intense back surgery, which limited me probably from getting drafted top 10 rounds in my career going farther. But I am so thankful for what my parents helped me do and helped me get out and just understand, you know, what's out there that what you can accomplish. And I'm actually thankful for everyone who doubted me, who told me I could never do it.
It pushed you.
Yeah, and I use that as motivation, and I use that as push, and I didn't let anything get in my way, and I didn't let anything get in my way until I made it to where I wanted to get, you know.
That's awesome, man.
What do they say?
What's up, man?
What do they say? Hard work beats talent when talent ain't working. That's what they say, right?
You just hit it right on the nose.
So that's what's up. You know,
Well, that's my story. That's my baseball story. So you how I got into baseball, I just went off.
Awesome. No, that's definitely inspiring for sure.
It is.
You know,
absolutely.
so you guys are the 5 brothers, right? So obviously the competition in the house was intense. Which one was the best at the sports? You know, with all 5 of you guys growing up.
Dude, you know what's so crazy? It's like it's so hard to really say that. Everyone was kind of had their own niche, but also we had edge, we had tricks. You know, we were always thinking. You know, and that's why, like you can see on the football field, why my brothers, you know, not all of them are the best athletes out of the guys on that football field, but they're so smart that they can create separation. They can see where the ball's going. They know how to read plays that no one else knows to. They know how to read a defense. Like that's what separates some of these guys who are just, hey, good. They're in the NFL. Trust me, that's already almost impossible to get there, or MLB. But on top of it, you know, their sense for football is just, it's incredible how smart they are and how they can read plays like that other people can't. I mean, like, you know, Dan, Rob, Chris, and Glenn have to not only learn the running back plays, they got to learn the tight end plays, the receiving plays. Like that is
the O-line.
That's so hard to do for those positions. It's just not a wide receiver. They're learning every play because they're playing every single position, you know, and their quarterback and their teammates are relying on them to not mess up. So it's really impressive. That separates that too, and it's studying and hard work and everything that goes into it outside practice that they put into it that no one else wants to, you know.
So let me ask you a follow-up question. So Gronk came out and he said he doesn't study film, he just wait for somebody to tell him what to do. So that's not true.
Bro, you gotta think, like, he's gonna say these things because everyone's gonna run with it. So he's see how silly. He does it to see how silly other people are.
Yeah.
He was actually showing the media how dumb they are for pretty much going and running with that when everyone in the world knows that he studies and watches film. And
there's no way you're not good if you're not studying.
You can't be that good.
Exactly.
Facts.
I mean, you have to know not only your plays, you got to know every position played, you know?
Right, exactly.
Especially playing for the Patriots.
Hardest playbook in the world.
Yeah.
At least that's what my 3 brothers said. With that being said, though, I mean, I don't know. Dan was 2 years younger than me, and he started on all my varsity teams, and he was an absolute beast. But then, you know, Chris was playing on Dan's teams, and, you know, Rob was playing Chris. So everyone had, like, their own niche, you know, which is really cool. I mean, I'm really good at the gimmick games, like cornhole, pickleball. I like air hockey, darts. I'm really good at those games. So I'll take best bro for those. They can have the rest of the sports.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Word, that's what's up.
So right now you're leading the Gronk Fitness brand expansion in Boston, right? And basically you're organizing and installing gyms of all sizes in a lot of different places, right? How's that going? And you know, how'd you guys get started on that right there? Because I know you guys have always been huge into the fitness stuff.
Yeah, fitness has been a huge part of our life, and it really why it helped get us to the next level to college. And then obviously from college, you know, we were able to take it to another level. But our father started G&G and Gronk Fitness 32 years ago. So we're one of the top 3 largest fitness distributors in the United States. What that means is we actually deck out gyms from beginning to completion. So if I see a gym space, I go and ask for a CAD layout or a drawing, or I go and measure it. And then what we'll do is we'll do a 3D layout to show you what your gym's going to look like. Once the customer agrees with that layout, we then send a fitness quote. And then once they purchase it, we actually deliver, install, and set up your whole gym for you, including the flooring and the turf. for almost any indoor gym, and we do a lot of outdoor fitness centers as well. So we are literally a one-stop shop for checking out your gym. We have our own service team too. So if something ever does happen, which knock on wood, you know, you never want it to, but every once in a while a delivery goes bad, or, you know, someone puts a forklift through a treadmill on the trucks, you know, we have our own call center and service center that actually will send someone out there to take care of the issue with a reasonable time, which is really cool. So we make it easy for people who want to buy fitness equipment for the home and for the gym setting or the hotels. We're doing 18 Boston fire stations right now. We did 11 Boston police stations 3 years ago. We're doing 3 more Boston police stations now. So we pretty much cover the whole Northeast United States, and it's been family owned, and it's been a big part of our life is health and fitness, especially through this whole pandemic. Fitness has taken and has even went higher north, and people are even more aware of their health and their wellness with everything going on right now. So fitness sales have went through the roof. So if people do need fitness equipment, make sure you hit up Gordie Gronk for some fitness equipment.
You heard
it. Yeah, hit him up.
So basically, you guys can never be out of shape. Like, none of you guys can ever let yourself go, ever.
It would be a bad look to run a fitness company, especially as big as we are, and be out of shape.
Facts.
Or not knowing how to dance. That's why my dance moves are so smooth.
Oh, man.
Now, I actually had a question about that. That actually leads me to one of my questions. So I've been wondering, because I've been seeing your IG videos, and you got some pretty good dances, some pretty, you know, impressive moves that you do.
Gordie Gronk.
Yes, sir. Follow that man on IG. You'll see all the dance moves he posts on there. So I need to know which Gronk is the best dancer.
Oh, oh man!
I don't put you on the spot, man.
Oh snap! I mean, dude, you know what's so crazy? It depends on the situation. Like, we kind of all have our own moments. Like, I like to dance all the time. Like, you'll see me just dancing for fun. I like rhythm. It makes me smile. And smiling, like, people, even if they look at you and you're just dancing for no reason, you'll catch them smiling, even if it's like, dude, this kid, like, look at him dance. But they're still smiling, saying that this kid's an idiot. But I don't know. I mean,
that's true.
Personally, I think it's me, but I've seen some crazy dances. I saw when Rob did that one robot dance on the field.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I peeped that. Oh yeah, I remember that.
But I don't. Now that's a funny dance, right?
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, Glenn likes to put a lot of straws in his mouth and wear like 15 pairs of pit vipers at one time.
Oh God, really?
Yeah. So I mean, it depends what mood we're in. You know.
I seen I was on GronkNation.com, and it actually says you organize most of the parties and bring the energy. Why are you that guy?
I think as the oldest brother, you know, I always try like keeping like a really close group around us, and you know, I want good vibes and good energy, and I think when it's got to come from someone, and being the oldest, you know, my brothers looked up to me as kids, you know, and I look up to them as younger brothers too, but we always try to have, like, you know, you want good energy, you want good people. If people don't fit in our group, we don't want it around. We don't want liabilities. We don't want issues. We don't have time for it. Like, us 5 are already nuts. Like, we don't need other people to, you know, make us crazier, you know? So
facts.
Yes. But yeah, I don't know. I just it's always been like that for me. I always want the best from like the people around me, and like seeing them reach their potential and like connect with other people actually like inspires me. Like, it gets me excited. I could connect them with other people to see them be successful, and vice versa. Hook my brothers up with people that make that, you know, help them out too, in a good way, whether it's business, whether it's friendship, whether it's relationships, whatever it is, you know. I mean, that's what life's all about, I feel like, you know, and connecting people to reach their true potential, to live the dream they want to live and have fun and be thankful, you know. So I don't know. I love that energy. I think if you have good energy, people feel it. You know, my team feels it. Not there. I know my team's not feeling my energy. So you know, and it makes me happy. And I love when their energy's high too, because I'm feeling it too. Like, hey, they're walking in hot and I might be a little hungover. I'm like, all right, let's go. Like, it's game time, you know?
Yep.
Do you
Yes, sir.
do you guys still have that Gronk party bus?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby. We got 2 of them.
Oh,
Two
yeah.
of them now?
Yeah. We have 2 party buses. We got Yo Soy Fiesta.
I remember when Gronk said that, when Rob said that.
And we got the 87. The 87 is a 14-person luxury bus. You can look it up. It's dope. It's bucket seats. We just brought it to the Pats Bills game. Pats
Bucks game. Yeah, Bucks. Yep.
Pats Bucks game
I've
recently.
seen that.
And then Yo Soy Fiesta is a 30-person with the stripper pole, and that's where all the action.
Oh, shoot.
All right, can you tell us a good story from one of those buses?
Well, we got a lot of good stories.
I'm sure you do.
I bet.
I'll keep it PG.
Oh, you don't have to.
Oh, no, you got
Just kidding.
No, do your thing, man. It's all good.
Oh man, I mean, the last ride actually was so, like, the traffic was so bad, like a few weeks ago coming back from the Bucks Pats game. So we got stuck in the parking lot. So again, instead of having like a bad time, we're like, dude, let's just keep it going. This is a Sunday night, 3 a.m. We're stuck in the parking lot and we're still rocking out. Every person singing. My boy, the bus starts, he wipes out and falls into the bucket with all the booze. So now he's soaked. So he's stuck in the bucket. I get on top of him. I'm just pouring beers down his throat. Everyone's just losing it, you know? Like, it was just so funny, and it was just such good energy and good vibes. That's what it's all about, just dancing, having fun, and, you know, bringing a bunch of your friends with you to go to a game.
I feel as though you guys turn everything into like a party, into a good time. You never see anyone having a good time.
I mean, you don't even have to drink to do that. We're having a good time right now.
You know?
I mean,
That's exactly.
we should have known something when Rob got drafted and you guys had that huddle and y'all was just going in. You know,
Exactly.
That was like dope, man. You know, I think that was one of the greatest draft moments I've seen for sure.
It was so cool because my brother Dan had his Lions helmet on, or was he with Denver at the time? I forgot. And they went head to head. Like, one of them put one helmet on. Rob and Chris was there too. It was just an epic moment. You know, just chills too, you know, of them two lining up, and they called on stage, you know, and the anticipation of all the teams passing, you know, by my bros, and, you know, the motivation and the drive that they have as people and as athletes to be the best teammate they can be. And you just knew no matter what team had them, you know, they were going to be just, you know, great motivation and inspiration for, you know, any team they played on, you know. And not everyone's going to be the Tom Brady's or the Gronks or, you know, those type of guys. But, you know, my brothers are all very inspirational in the locker room and really help, you know, their teammates out, you know, all the time, which is just really cool to see. But yeah, that moment was nuts. When we huddled up like that, you knew we were going to be wild.
That was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
I mean, when I seen it, I was like, that dude's not going to last here in New England, man.
And you know what? Everyone said it, and that's what inspires us more. You know, I mean, people were going to say it, and we knew they were. I mean, Bill, a little, you know, behind the scenes, Bill called Rob right after and said, hey, get off stage, knock it off. I don't want to see any more videos.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, that was before he even got to the team. And I mean, he respected it, you know, but at the same time, you got to, like, we're not going to disrespect anyone. You know, we know what we signed up for too. We bring it, it's edgy enough, but we're never trying to hurt anyone's feelings. We're just trying to bring good energy, and that's what it is. You know, we're not trying to be disrespectful. Just having fun. I mean, we're 20-year-old kids who a dream came true for, you know, all of us. And we want to celebrate that together and live life. And people see that through what we do. Whether it's through our charities, whether it's on the field, whether it's off the field, whether we're all together, that's just how we are as brothers and how our parents raised us to be and always stick together. And we want to share that with other people to help them reach their dreams and goals too. So when we do wild stuff like that, it's never intended to ever hurt anyone. You know, it's always intended for good fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, sir. Good vibes only.
Hell yeah.
I feel you on that. Nah, I'm with you on that for sure, man. That's what's up.
Obviously, you know, we're Patriots fans, you know, so we saw Rob's career up close, you know, and one thing that I was really impressed about is, you know, the way he dealt with his money, right? We see a lot of the athletes, they come in the league, you know, they get in chains, they get in cars, and before you know it, they're out of there. You know what I'm saying? And they got nothing to show for it. And, you know, you're in business. Chris is in business with the ice shaker situation. You know, Gronk is in business. He got the CBD stuff going on. Like, where did that come from? You know, like who laid out that blueprint for you guys? Because I think, you know, a long time, Rob said that he was still wearing his jeans from high school, and he had been in the league for like 10 years.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I think all my brothers had to probably wear my stuff at some point because it got passed on. You know, when you got 5 boys who eat like maniacs, who play tons of sports, I mean, that food bill and that bill for equipment, it's expensive. So my parents, you know, my mom was taking care of us full-time job, 5 boys. My dad's trying to run 2 companies to put food on the, you know, out there for us and hoping that a fitness business works. And the reason it works is because you believe in yourself and you believe in the product that you have, but it also takes time. You know, things don't happen overnight. Everyone wants to think they can make $1 million if I flip a switch. It's not. Like, nothing's easy. Even when we got in sports, like the next step, transitioning from sports into business, it's hard, especially because, you know, these guys are used to making these huge paychecks, you know, and now they're not making that and they don't know what to do. They didn't save their money. And, you know, that comes from our parents. Like, hey, you never know when your last game's going to be. So save your money now, you know, keep grinding it out. You don't know what that last day is going to be. And so that's kind of like how my parents approached it. Fortunately enough, someone like Rob, who's now played for so long, he saved all that, never spent a penny. Most of my brothers didn't until they started investing it into businesses. But then he was fortunate enough to start getting all these deals where he uses that, you know, as his fun money if he wants to, you know, and he's really smart about his investments, and he still hasn't spent a paychecks to this day, which is just really impressive. He never needed to. But people should be taking lessons from that too. You know, other athletes, you know, if they're they should DM them, call them. Like, you call any of us, you know, and they don't. I mean, there's people out there who are doing it the right way, and you want to learn, and just call them and say, hey, what are you doing different? Like, why are you so successful? Why are you able to save it this way? How'd you do it? And it's not that hard, but, you know, you know, when you have that much, you want to kind of go crazy sometimes when you see it, you know, and you can't, like, cause once that last day hits, that money might only been for a year, it might 6 months, you get hurt. Now what, you know? So you got to be smart about it. You never know. But yeah, it's been impressive. And the whole business side of things really comes from our parents. I mean, we watched that grind for nothing, me being the oldest. Like I said, I did an oil company sales job. My parents had us at very young ages, early 20s. And, you know, and my mom was trying to do waitress and take care of 5 kids. Like, we're 5 not normal sized kids either. So, and we're playing every different sport. So it's very, very difficult. And I look at my brothers to this day they have kids too. And I'm like, dude, I don't know how my mom did it. Like, it's literally like, yeah, it's wild. Like, all homemade cooking every night, you know, like, we didn't eat out, like, you know, made sure we had good food in us. Like, it was crazy to think that. But that's where we get it from, that work ethic from them. Like, I told my dad, like, a few weeks ago, I said, Dad, listen, he goes, why are you going to do this investment? Why are you going to do that? I go, dude, we get it from you. He goes, yeah, I didn't even think about that. I go, you used to work at an oil company. You're doing fitness sales. You're investing in this company. I go, what do you think we get it from? Like, we're doing the same thing now. We're trying to, like, follow, like, what you did to get to where you are today. And none of that was easy. It was so hard. 5 years of grinding to not make a penny in the fitness industry, hoping that what your love is fitness and health to help other people, that you can start making money actually doing what you love, not selling oil. And finally, 5 years into it, he opened another store, the commercial business. Like, he played football at Syracuse. Syracuse started buying all their equipment off my dad. So these big accounts started coming in. And next thing you know, we went from 2 stores to 10 stores to 15 stores. And now, you know, we have, you know, 14 just awesome retail stores throughout the Northeast, and over 70 employees. And it's just a blessing, you know, but that all comes from the hard work. And it's nothing's given to you. This is just a complete grind of you know, 20 plus years to get to where you are. And then now we're doing it, you know. And it's like, you know, what's cool is my brother Chris started the ice shaker, and we went on Shark Tank, and we talked about that. You guys talked about that with Chris on the podcast. You know, I just launched a new vitamin tea, you know, essential vitamins, tea base in an aluminum bottle. So it's, you know, 2 weeks old in Boston on shelves. Like, you know, we want to make the food and beverage, on the go food and beverage snacks cleaner. We don't want preservatives. We have no sugar in our beverages. This is literally the cleanest drink you can get in an aluminum bottle, which is recyclable too. Awesome. And no one has a vitamin tea with 10 vitamins. So any vitamins you need, you just feel amazing, and it tastes great, you know? So like, that's View too. Like, that's our new drink, View. It's like, that's our View. We're always doing different things, you know? And we try to get creative. And what's cool is now I can do the drink with Chris's ice shaker, you know? So we promote all our own businesses. And then I'm in health and fitness with all the gyms and stores. So our go in any of those locations. So we're just trying to, you know, we see the benefits and the effects of how much happier people are when they're healthy, you know, less health issues, you know, your doctor's bills are way lower, you know, your anxiety is way lower, you feel better, you know, you feel younger. I'm turning 40. I still feel like I'm 25, you know, like, it's crazy. But, you know, those are all the side effects that, in a positive way, that we see. And that energy is also because of health and fitness and the way our parents raised us. And we're just super thankful for that. But that's how we keep grinding. We don't want to stop. We just keep going. And that's what's, you know, it's not easy. I'm up on Saturdays, Sundays, you know, still networking, still going to events, and people are like, how do you do it? I also don't have kids like all my other brothers. Yeah. So I can go do all those other events.
That's awesome.
No, that's what's up, man.
And I'm not playing a pro sport anymore, so.
What's the most
facts?
What's the most expensive install you had to make?
I recently just did a 3-story college, Kobe College in Maine. So that gym was it was north of 700,000. It's my part. But they probably dumped over $1 million into the fitness. I got about 75 to 80% of the deal.
Wow.
And so I decked out, I did the room plan from beginning to completion, 3 stories, flooring, turf, all their strength equipment, most of their cardio equipment. I did their spin room, their rowing room. It is absolutely immaculate. It is absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, that's what we do from beginning to completion. We will deck your gym out, whether it's a $5 jump rope to $1 million gym. We work with Penn State, OSU, Michigan, you know, all the major schools too. And then the smaller D3 schools like Carnegie Mellon, Brockport. It's so much fun. And then, like I said, we do the police and fire stations, multifamily, hotels, a lot of high schools. We do a lot of high schools, which is a lot of fun.
I'm sure they're benefiting from all the stuff that you guys got going on.
Yeah, absolutely. The kids love it.
Vlad, you had something to say?
Yeah, I wanted to talk some sports real quick. I mean, I
was just about to say that we got like 12 minutes. Let's get into some sports.
Yeah,
you know, you know. So obviously you're from Buffalo. The family's from Buffalo, so you guys are following the Bills. But am I right to say Buffalo and Tampa Bay are your teams right now?
You know what? I mean, I was telling, I think I was telling Vlad before we jumped on, it's like, whatever city I'm living in, because I live in about 45 different states, especially playing professional baseball in the minor leagues. I love sports. You know, I'm not like, I grew up a Bills fan. I'm not like obsessed about the Bills. I just love sports. So like, if I'm living in Boston, I'm going to go to the Bruins games. I'm going to go to the Red Sox games. I'm going to go to the Celtics games, you know, like I'm going to go to the AAA games in Worcester. Like, I just love going to games. I love having fun. I love the competitive side of sports, and having fun with my friends going. And so whatever city I'm living in, that's kind of who I root for at the time. Obviously I'm going to root for whatever team my bro's on until my bros are done, But I wouldn't mind seeing my hometown Bills actually win a Super Bowl at some point. But probably after my brother's out of the league, that.
So
Bills Mafia is crazy. I think we all know that. I mean, I think Chris jumped through.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I jumped through two tables at Kansas State with Glenn.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, shoot.
So are you following the Patriots right now? Since you're in the city?
Absolutely. Yeah, I like watching them too. I mean, I don't go to the games anymore. It's a little outside the city because I'm always in Tampa. I go to my brother's road games, but I love going to the games if I can. It's just like I said, they look good. They're starting to turn the corner too. I think Mac Jones is a great fit for them, and he's young, and he's only going to get better. And you're already seeing that week to week. People don't understand that when you get drafted and you're that young, you haven't even practiced with any of these guys in your life. And going in, he wasn't even getting the reps, first team reps. And so to be able to just go in there and do what he's actually done, and probably could have I think they're 5-4. He could easily be 7-2.
Yeah.
Actually, really, really, really impressive. Really impressive. So I'm always happy for these guys because, they take a lot of the heat, and he handles himself very professional. And, I hope not, but, great things to, guys like this.
So the Patriots just played the Panthers and took them out 24-6. But the big story today is Mac Jones and grabbing Brian Burns' ankle. Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
And you think that was a dirty play?
Oh, I never saw it.
Yeah. So, Brian Burns came in, and kind of like strip sacked him, and obviously fell to the ground. And Mac Jones kind of like grabbed him, because on a fumble you can grab people, and as he was grabbing Brian Burns, and in his mind, it was like he thought Brian Burns was going for the ball, so he was holding him, and Brian kind of like twisted his ankle and kind of like injured himself. So today it's like a big firestorm about how dirty Mac Jones is. Like,
hey, if it's a fumble and loose ball, I'm sure
everything goes.
You're reacting quick. You're making a quick decision, and it just probably unfortunately happened that he got hurt, and it probably doesn't happen any other time that the guy gets hurt. So it's a big deal because he got hurt. Probably wouldn't have been a big deal at all if the guy didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
That's facts. You never want to see an injury, but at the same time, I'm sure he was just, in the heat of the moment on a fumble trying to get the ball. I didn't see the play, so I really couldn't tell you, but it's just sports. Like you're in that. It's so fast that he probably wasn't even thinking, oh, if I do this, this guy's going to get hurt. He's probably, you know what I mean? Like, it's such a violent sport, and but you know what you sign up for when you're playing,
No, facts. Absolutely.
Go ahead, Vlad. You look like you were going to say something.
What's up with your Bills? What happened yesterday? What happened against the worst team in the league?
Dude, that was actually a little disappointing. I'm not going to lie. I never want to see, Josh Allen get sacked by Josh Allen, although that was pretty cool, wasn't it?
First time ever.
That was awesome.
Time ever. A guy with the same name sacks another guy with the same name. Come on, that was pretty epic, though.
It was pretty epic.
That was.
Well, he sacked him, he intercepted him, and got a fumble.
That's impressive.
I know.
So that's probably the first time that's ever happened.
Yep. It must be, and I think so. That definitely was history right there, without a doubt.
That's history, 100%.
I had one more question. So I know Gronk is not on the team anymore, so maybe you can talk about this now. What does Gronk tells you about Bill Belichick?
You know what? 3 of my brothers played for the Pats. Chris is the only one who didn't, so you couldn't ask him. But, I never played for Bill. But, the one thing I think, like I said, as brothers, we all realize, too, that Bill gave all of them a chance to play.
Yeah.
So to have Glenn on the team and Rob on the team and me living here, at one point it was, and Glenn won a Super Bowl, our youngest brother, with Rob. Like, how freaking cool is that?
That's amazing, yeah.
So
wow, that's super dope.
Yeah, I know. And then Dan played for a while, and Dan just kept getting hurt. And at one point it was Aaron Hernandez, Dan, and Rob. Like, it was so freaking cool to have Dan and Rob both on the same team, living here, and having my brothers here with me. Like, that's priceless. To us as brothers. And that's what we really look at. And, I know obviously Rob's the one who played the most there and was the most successful, but, they were all very thankful for the opportunity. Bill's a different guy. I mean, but sometimes for, people like my brothers need that structure, it keeps them in line. It keeps them out of trouble. And being young kids, like, that works. When you're 20 out of the college, 20 years old in the league, that structure, you kind of need it. Now as you get older, they probably saw, some indifferences on, how to work out or train. But on the football field, Bill's probably one of the best, if not the best coach ever in the world, And as my brothers get older, like, you got to train differently. And I think that's where they might not see eye to eye. Mm-hmm. And I think we all, like, even myself, like, as a baseball player, I can't lift or do what I was doing at 20 years old versus what I'd be doing at 30.
Yeah.
But if your coach isn't working with you on that, it's very difficult, to go to your job every day and be at the top peak performance that you want to be when you know what you need to do to be the best, and they're not allowing you to do that. No. So sometimes, that's probably where it's never about football. I would never say it's about football. It's probably more about fitness and training.
Yeah.
That you just got to be more open-minded as you get older. Like, these guys are different. Tom's in his late 40s or mid 40s almost.
Mid 40s.
I mean,
he's 44.
Right. He can't training at 23. But you got to be open-minded to that. Like, what they're doing is best for the team and best for their body. And I truly believe that. And I don't know if Bill works out the way we do, so I don't think he'll ever, be able to have the same feeling we do. And why the training we do, the TB12 and Gronk Fitness methods work the way they do, and why we still look young and athletic, and feel so great, and it works, but it's difficult. Tom and Rob and Russell Wilson and those guys are different because the amount of money they spend, the way they train, the way they eat, the way they take care of themselves. They're going to play longer than anyone else, or play as long as they possibly can because they're doing those things. And those things also help. So, that's the biggest thing I would say. Yep. But that's what's so cool about why they're still playing, though, is the work that they put in, and that discipline is so difficult. It's so difficult. I mean, I drink here and there and party and dance, but they got to understand, when you get older, things got to change if you want to still be in the league. And they're able to make those changes and adjust like no one else can do. So it's really cool. I want Tom to keep playing till he's 55, but I don't know. I think he can. I just don't know if if his life, with his kids and stuff like that, that'll probably be the only thing that stops him. Is him wanting to spend more time with his family. But if you want to be at the top of your job, or the top of your, like, what you do at 45, 50, 55, you're there on Saturday. You're not visiting your kids' games. You're at the stadium, Friday you're at the stadium, you're studying, and that's what he does. But that's why he's the best.
Yeah. Thank you for answering that question. I think that clears up a lot of, questions about, why did Gronk leave, and, why he didn't want to play anymore. So that makes a lot of sense.
Well, the first time retiring, he had to retire because he could never have played again if he did. Because, the injury from the Super Bowl was the crazy. Right. I think they took 32 needles of blood out of his quad and his hip.
Wow.
It was the most.
Oh, jeez. My goodness.
He should have had a broken leg. Instead, he goes back out there and he catches that one-handed ball to win the game. And people don't realize, the amount of pain he was in. He wasn't even, he came home and he was in so much pain, he wasn't even happy he won a Super Bowl. That's your bro who's just
wow,
devastated, in tears, can't move. You don't want to see that with your family, right?
Yeah.
It was very difficult to see and watch.
Absolutely.
I think right at that point, he was just committed. You know, hey, I can't keep my life like this. I have to give my body a break. Mm-hmm. And when you think about it, think of this. The Pats go to the Super Bowl almost every year, right? Or deep into the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Those games are the most physical games of the year. Those playoff games. They play an extra 4 games every year that no one else plays in the league. And then they have 2 less months to recover to get ready for the season.
Yeah.
Have done, like, people should appreciate it even more than ever, because that's like the hardest thing in the world to do.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
That is just respect for those guys. That's absolutely. Like, he already played 13 seasons, really, not 9. He's played like 14. They go to the Super Bowl every year.
The extra games.
And to still do that and be that beat up in the offseason and like you can't even recover, it's insane. Insane to think about.
Absolutely.
It is.
So Vlad has Rob on his roster on his fantasy team. Should he be starting Gronk this week? Or
Vlad, I'll let you make that decision, brother. I'll let you make that decision.
I think I'm probably gonna start him.
Listen, if he's in the game, you usually know that most of the time there's a good outcome.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
I always, but I would say 80% of the time.
He helped me out a lot at the beginning of the season, winning a lot of games at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Yes, you were.
I think we have time for one last question, and Barry usually asks that last question. Barry, you got it?
Yeah, I got it for sure. Appreciate it. So I wanted to know, what's the craziest story amongst the brothers that you guys have, when y'all were growing up, like a crazy childhood story that, you could, share with us?
I'll share 2 of them. One, I used to love grabbing my brother Dan's arms, and I'd swing him around, and then I pulled his arms out of his sockets. So he was in a lot of pain. I don't think he appreciated that. But Chris was pretty funny. When we were at Rob's house, he put his head through Rob's wall, and then his head was stuck through the other side of the wall. And so what we did is we opened the door on the other side, and we went and made him do a beer chug. Yeah, so his head was stuck through the wall, and then we
chugging a beer.
Yeah, then we got him a beer so his head would feel better.
To get out of there.
Yeah, after he got thrown through the wall. Yeah, it was great.
Oh my God.
How did he get out of there?
I'm actually not sure. I think he would have had to pull his head back through. So that was pretty fun. I don't think I was thrilled by that. I think the hole's still there. It's kind of like, so we know what happened and where it is.
The trophy.
Over the top. But thank you guys for having me on too, and make sure you get some views and do some muscle chugs.
Of course.
Yes. Oh yeah, we got to get that in there, man, for sure. There we go.
Yes. Bang. Okay.
We're gonna start a muscle chug challenge, so I better see you guys over the holidays tagging 5 people to do muscle chugs.
Let's do it.
Raise some money for kids.
Oh yeah,
raise money around the holidays.
Absolutely. Gordie, it's been an absolute pleasure, man. You brought the energy, man. We really appreciate it. And feel free to come back and promote your stuff anytime, man.
There goes the dance.
Hey, do it, dance. Hey, okay.
No, thank you.
I just had a quick.
You guys are the best, dude. Yeah.
No problem. Real quick. Who's the funniest Gronk bro? The funniest.
All right, so here's the deal. When Chris and Dan get away from their kids and family, because they don't go out that much and they have a few drinks, their comments are literally make me cry every single time. And then you got someone like Rob who says like "Yo soy fiesta," like how can you not die laughing at that? And then you got my brother. Then you got my brother Glenn, who wears 7 pairs of pit vipers on his head and is laying on the bar in Boston when he comes to visit a couple weeks ago. And I'm like, dude, like you are literally.
Oh God.
So like I think we all have our own moments. I got to be honest. Like, it's kind of like whatever zone someone's in. But dude, everyone is so funny in their own way. And like when we're together, it's just that one person gets everyone else going. And it's a different person every time. It's so awesome.
That's awesome, man. You guys are definitely legendary brothers, man.
That's dope, man. That's hilarious.
We appreciate all you guys for sure, man. Thanks again for coming through, man. Welcome anytime. And we'll be doing that challenge too, so look out for that.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Gronk Muscle Chug Challenge, baby. Let's rock out around the holidays.
Yes, sir. Have a good night, Gordie.
Thanks, guys. Pro Fan Sports Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You know the vibes. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
We'll be doing Muscle Chug soon together.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Absolutely. You know the vibes. You
All
already
right, fellas. Have a great night. Be good. I'll talk to you soon.
Have a good night.
Talk to you later.
Definitely. Sounds good. Have a good one. Take care. Oh, man. That was so much fun, guys. That was amazing.
The Gronk brothers are awesome.
Those guys are legendary, man.
They're all really nice. Really nice guys.
They are, absolutely.
Yeah.
They bring the energy every time, man. Every single time.
They bring the energy and
They sure do.
they look like they want to be here.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
I appreciate them so much.
Absolutely, man.
Nah, same here for sure, man. No, much
one
respect
day.
and big shout out to all the Gronk brothers, to Gordie and to Chris and the rest of the Gronks for sure, man. They're real ones, and right, they're good people.
We'll have that Pro Fan Sports Party and invite all of them in there. We'll see if they pull up on
Yes.
us.
We gotta make sure that we know they're gonna be in town or something, and then that'd be dope. That'd be
Yes,
so crazy.
Have them pull up. Yes.
Pull up to the party, man.
Or we gotta pull up to one
We'll
of their
have
parties.
a private table for them too.
Or we gotta pull up to one of their parties.
Hey, we ready.
Yeah.
We ready.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm
You already know. We in there. We pulling up.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, if y'all still watching this, please make sure you're subscribing to the channel. Make sure you're sharing the videos, liking, comments, whatever. It all helps, us with our growth. As you can see, we got great guys coming on the show, great energy, and we really appreciate you tuning in as always, man. And until the next one, we'll catch you guys. Peace out.
Peace, everyone. Have a good week. See y'all next week.